We're live. We're live from the Dustlands. Today we're playing some Dustland Delivery. I'm gonna play this for as long as I fucking want today. Yep, there it is right at the beginning. We're gonna demonetize ourselves with the F-bomb. I don't give a flying fuck. And do it again. Alright. Let's get this going. I got a couple things to set up. We're just gonna go in and start a new game. We're gonna start a new game. I can show you what 20 plus hours in a game will give you, or I can start from the very beginning. And I think starting from the very beginning is gonna be the way we go. It's gonna look like I'm staring at the camera almost the entire time. It's because my screen's right behind you. You get to look at these pearly little nasty biters the entire time. So they've got the tutorial. It's just a fucking tutorial. We're not going there. Haggard Plains. That's, you want a casual, relaxing experience. Okay. And there's some settings you can change. Same thing with the Twilight Valley, right? There's some settings you can change. You go ahead and look at the Haggard Plains, right? We'll just click on there. We'll just start a new one here. All right. There's some things you can do. Hero mode makes you your character and not your truck. Otherwise, you're your truck. Otherwise, in the game, you are the truck, right? I'm just now realizing I can switch my truck. I've always used the normal old truck. And now I'm realizing there's different trucks. Okay, anywho. There's a big difference between these trucks. A big difference. Would you look at that? Okay. We're gonna go with I'm gonna go with the devil I know and a devil instead of a devil I don't know. And we're gonna go with the usual here. This guy. I don't know what the name of this truck is. We're gonna start calling it Truck A. Truck A. Trucky. Trucky. Trucky the Truckster. We're gonna go with hero mode. We're gonna make ourselves a new custom character. All right. We're going to you know what? There's some shit here, right? So fate mode stops reloading. Like, you'll always have the same random events, even if you reload the game from a save file. If you don't have that, it re-rolls everything. It changes what happens. So we can do this as a locked-in one, but if we're gonna do that, we might as well make it a little bit easier so I don't have to feed these motherfuckers 24/7. Now this is where you can really make the game not in your favor, right? You want to really struggle, you want a really grim, dark game instead of just kind of Dangerous Trucker Simulator, which I love. Dangerous Trucker Simulator, especially when you're beat after a day of work or too stoned to really think. Don't turn the infection mode on. You really want to screw yourself? Turn infection mode on. You don't want to? Don't turn it on. But if you really want to screw yourself monetarily, right? And make it so you really have to be choosy with who you're hiring. Salary mode. Recruited characters. You gotta pay them. They need the money. They've got lives other than being your little truck slave. I mean, there's plenty of truck sluts out there in real life, but can't always get what you want, right? So I think we're gonna go hero mode. You know, there's some prefabs. They're kind of cool. Kind of cool. There's a bunch of them. Yeah, especially if you want to do like a full. Ooh, maybe we do a full robot run. Ooh. Maybe we do a full robot. So there's what, 3 trucks? There's 3 different trucks. So we've got A, B, and C. Truck A, truck B, truck C, truck C, truck C, truck B, and trucky. It's their names. There we go. We've got it. I don't like how much fuel that one uses, but to be honest, it's got way better comfort stats. The hull is shit. Fuel. Max cruise 2. What is this? Yeah, you guys have power. Oh, you got a lot of power. You're like a speedster. And you know what? Truck A just seems way better. I mean, don't. It's just that fuel use. We're gonna stick with truck A. We're going full robot. We're a custom character here. Do they have a robot available for custom character? Or do you have to start as their robot? Might have to start as their robot. Cannot become hungry. Must drink fuel. Uses scrap to heal wounds. Resting will reduce a small amount of stress. Full robot run. 10 virtue. Nah, not today. Not today. We could. Look at that guy's eyebrows. Very serious eyebrows. Let's see. Let's just start with the traits first. So, sometimes negative traits are actually good traits, disguised as negative traits. Okay, it really depends on what you want to do with the character. So, for example, you don't want to fight, right? This character isn't going to shoot nothing anytime, ever. It's never going to be a shooter, ever, right? You don't really care about things like cowardly. In fact, taking cowardly is going to give you 2 more trait points to work with, right? Now, say you never want them to hook up with someone, ever. You never, they're going to stay in a trait of being by themselves. Great for a leader. Great for a damn leader. You ain't ever gonna get caught up in a scandal fucking one of your lackeys. This isn't the Clinton Foundation. So you can just go ahead, be celibate, right? We're not gonna not have our main character not able to fight, but being celibate's actually great. It's no chance of falling in love. You can also, there's cold fish. Can you also take cold fish? I don't think you can also take cold fish. Okay. There's things like hideous. Others are much less likely to fall in love with this character and have a lower starting opinion of them. Hooking up with crew member, might as well add it. Right? Screw it. We're not hooking up with anyone. It's another 2 extra trait points. Now we've got 6 trait points. Right? And we can remove negative traits if we want to later in the game. So, I really don't go above 2. that's 6 levels. You know, you're not really gonna go much higher than like level 18 with a character. You can, just takes forever. So that's a third of your levels to get rid of 2 negative traits. And you already want to hyper specialize, and you're talking like max skill trait like 30 something, hopefully, and then with goods and items, you're going to crank that up to 40 to be able to do all your super high level crafting or super high level science checks or all of your different checks that are in game. So there's some really good trades. There's some really bad trades. So like bloodthirsty, great for a fighter. Great for a fighter, right? This guy, main character, is gonna be a fighter driver. Fighter driver. You're gonna be able to shoot the fuck out of shit and drive the hell out of that truck. Their speech will come out of just doing speech checks all the time. Since they're the main speed, it'll take a little bit at first, and then they'll be really good at speech. But things like Lucid Dreamer, sleeping reduces stress. Great, it's great because you're gonna have to party less or drink less alcohol, or you know. And since they're not hooking up with anyone, there's that too. No way to relieve stress that way. Rain Man means rain reduces stress, but we're not taking that. We're not going to do Rain Man. There's all sorts of things you can go. Like Happy-Go-Lucky's pretty good. Happy-Go-Lucky's pretty good, but we're looking for a driver. So like X-Driver, driving speed, bam. Too many traits. Forgot I could only take 4. Okay, hold on. So we can get rid of that. We've got traits. Okay. What we'll do, we'll get rid of Bloodthirsty. We'll go with Veteran Driver. And we'll go with, where is it? Violent. We don't really need Violent. You know what? We'll just go full X-Racer, bam. That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Alright. Let's see. I don't like that. Yeah. Runner, Max. What is this, Mad Max? Something gray. Let's make him buy. Alright. So, we got a lot of trades here to look at. Some of them are way more important than others. Like, you're actually going to want a decent amount of virtue to even give into talents. Well, you know, minerals. It's a good starting spread. That's a good starting spread. Initial relations. For this map, you're gonna want a decent spread. The Syndicate's kind of actually hard to get any sort of relationship with. You could just full dump Tyrannus. Do 5x5. That's what I tend to do. It's just, you're gonna end up, unless you're being evil. Unless you're being evil, you know. We could do an evil playthrough, but then I wouldn't need the virtue. We could go full robot evil playthrough. You don't have to worry about infection. And we just hire every single robot. See, now I am, ooh. Sounds fun. We could just help the mom. Nah, not today. Extra equipment and supplies. Oh yeah, there's gonna be some stuff we want. So we can either start with a lot of, I think we start with some base equipment. But if we want to start with some extra resources, right? We're going to immediately be going somewhere that we can sell water purifiers and medical goods too. So we can grab some of those for a quick little extra buck on the dime, right? And then we're gonna want a setup for him at least. Just the one cat, kitty cat. Go with the, I don't want to do an officer's image. We'll get whatever we need left out of that. Vertical grip? Magazine to start. It's okay. It'll do. It'll do. And then we need a hat. Or glasses. Hat or glasses? Glasses or hat? Well, sunglass. No. Flat cap. Does he have sunglasses? He has sunglasses on. We gotta go with the sunglasses. He's got sunglasses. We've gotta have sunglasses. Alright. And then to finish off the amount of money we have, we're just gonna buy some more medical herbs. Confirm. Bam. Confirm. And that's Runner Gray. He's got some sunglasses. He's all set up. He's ready to go. He's got decent virtue, focus, defense, attack. We're gonna pump that attack up, that focus up, that virtue up, and that's all he's gonna do. He's celibate, so It's gonna be interesting. Let's go on and hop on in finally into this shit. This is the screen you're gonna be looking at the most. This right here. I keep going to look over there because I actually have another camera over there, but I'm not using it today. Pepsi. Caffeine. Everything that you want and more. You know, we're gonna read this on into the unknown. And so it begins. Until today, you were just another ordinary Dustlander, a small-time merchant in Valleyville. It was a simple life, but a comfortable one, and you never saw the Dustlands with the cynicism others seemed to. Looking out into the vast world you had hardly set foot in, you saw opportunity and adventure, an unknown waiting to be known. One day you decided you weren't going to waste any more time and sold all your worldly possessions to buy a truck. Now we're truckers. You just picked up your truck from the dealership outside the city, and now it's time to return to Valleyville to get the rest of your belongings. So we sold everything we had to buy a damn truck. And you know what? It's a good truck. This is a good truck, okay? I've tried this truck out many times. It is it's a delicious truck. Alright. So up top you have your main resources to keep your people alive. Scrap is like the main currency. It's also a building resource, but it's also the main currency. It's what the rest of the world kind of uses. Now, fuel. Come on, fuel. You're a trucker. This is what keeps the truck ticking. Water. It's used for a lot of different shit. Water is used to drink. Water is used to cool down the truck. It's used to defrost the truck. All sorts of shit. Ammo for shooting guns. Food for eating. Gotta eat unless you're a robot. Tires pop. Tires pop. You can check your tires. 100% brand new. Better be brand new. I just bought the damn son of a bitch. We gotta name her. What are we gonna name this big rig? Oh, Big Rig Bertha. If I could only stick a little Bertha sticker on her, I would. I'd just stick a big old Bertha sticker on it. Big Bertha. Big Bertha. Big. Oh man. We're gonna disable these tips. Clout. Clout is like the hardest shit to get until you have your own town. We'll get to there later. Don't really need to get there. Creds. Creds are short for credits. You know. And this is, scrap's heavy. Scrap takes up space in your items. You only got so much in a load that you can handle. Right. And you can convert scrap to creds, which are, credits. I guess they're little paper bills. I don't really know exactly what they are. Maybe they're made out of plastic. There's a banking system. So it's yes, this game has a banking system. It's Dustland Mutual. They have different branches all across the Dustlands. It's a couple. I think they have what, 3? 2 or 3? 2. Yeah, Little Split Mountain Branch and then Wraith Mountain Branch. So they only got the 2. Now they give you a good. They'll give you loans if you need them, but really, the best place to convert creds is at a bar where you have high standing. So either at one of your own towns, which they're these green ones. They're towns that you can build back up into full-blown communities. Will give you a 100% conversion rate. Down here you can see your tasks, main story. Head to Valleyville to pick up the rest of your belongings. So that's pretty easy. That makes it hard to miss. Just set on out. And this is what you look at. This right here. This is the game. This is it. Alright. You notifications will pop up here. I should have skipped that one so quickly. This is basically telling you your grandfather used to tell you stories of how truckers who trucked alone ended up dead by the infected much faster than those who trucked with others. So now it's telling us we need to increase our crew members by 1. Now, increasing your crew members by 1. Crew members are expensive. You're going to find this out quick. It's going to be a little bit till we get 1. Alright. Let alone one we like. We might get the rest of our crews as robots, and they can be a little more expensive as well. So, arriving in Valleyville, you withdraw the remainder of your scrap. It should be enough to get you started. You also discover that you inherited 2 land deeds, one in Tyrannus and one in Starlight City. They've been gathering dust for so long that you're not even sure which ancestor left them to you. You figure that these deeds are your birthright, so you might as well try to claim them. Let's go. So now we've started 2 different main stories. The Tyrannus deed and the Starlight deed. So our first goal, which we can head over that way while looking for a helping hand, is getting our butts on over to Tyrannus. So different cities and towns have different amenities available to them. Alright, so here in good old Valleyville, they've got an inn, a bar, store, a library, repair shop. That's some standard fare. I've never noticed the people over here on a crucifix before. And just dangling. That's new to me. The people out here are actually rotating. It's actually a living world. There's different stuff going on. There's this whole time system, the migration system. It's a very complex game once you start to dig into it. So you can stay at an inn. Staying at an inn will lower your exhaustion rate. It also can lower your stress rate as well. The bar is where you meet people. It's also where you drink and have some fun. So the way you meet people is you interact with them. Not now. Interesting enough, even though I'm celibate, I can confess my love to a random martial artist named River. We'll deal with that in a second. Makes little no sense to me, but we're both ex-racers. The old debt collector. Nada. See, now that we've talked to them, we can look at them and see their traits. We're looking for very specific traits. We want someone who's got a high intellect and crafting trait. So we'll dump a little bit into their attack as well. Now, if we can find that here, great. But the issue is they need to also be no faction. I can't really afford pissing off a faction right now because I need to be able to enter their towns. So we're just going to go through here and interact with all these real quick. Get another random person I can confess my love to after having one conversation with them. Wild. Who would have thunk? There's some interesting looking portraits in this game. Ooh, the fisherman. Oh, let's look at the ninja. See, we also need stuff where their virtue is close enough to ours. We need a decently high virtue. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter because they're not going to be able to enter. Sheesh. We might go with the photographer. Actually, you know what? I think we're going to go with the photographer. Sweet. Alright. Great amount of focus. Virtue's 20. Awesome. Awesome. 25 virtues, maximum virtue. It's got 13 attack, virtue, intellect's 10, speech is 6, crafting 0. It can be intellect. We might be able to dump into crafting. We're gonna need a decent crafter. I never got a we're gonna hold on to these traits for a little bit. We're not gonna do anything with them. So we were able to get someone here. Now this is where this is where you make your money. You are at heart a trader, a trucker, a shipper. You ship things to and from different places. Now, there's abundant items at different places. These are going to be your cheap items. Then there's scarce items at different places. These are going to be your expensive items. You're going to want to sell scarce items to places where they're scarce. And you're going to want to buy items from those places that are abundant. And the items that you buy that are abundant, you sell at places that are scarce. You get in the jive. Now, I specifically picked those. Upsell them. Didn't upsell them, but we got our speech up and we got some extra scrap right off the bat. Let's see everything we've got on this truck. So we've got scrap, medkit core, some ointment, some liquor, some coffee, no materials. Oh, the cat. Can't forget my kitty cat. Yep, gotta put the cat on there. That's for the stress. It's for the stress, okay. If we can find driver. We can find the driver. She's a great character. Photographer's a pretty good character. Driver's a good character too. Basically, I want everyone to be able to drive this damn truck fast and be able to specialize in something. Crafting, intellect. Your main guy is gonna be your speech. Everyone should have a little bit of speech, to be honest. You should have everyone at like at least 10 to make your crew rolls higher, because that crew roll, if everyone's at base 10, he's below 10, right? He's at a 7. And he's at a 14. That's still 7 14 is 21 divided by 2. rolled down, so that's giving you a 10. Everyone's at 10. Right, you've got 4. That's 40. Now you boost someone up to 30, right? You're gonna it's just, it makes the math cleaner. Makes the shit easier. You'll see. You'll see. Eventually. You'll all see. You'll all see. Eventually. Anywho. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do what I call the great L of making money. Alright, this map has a spot where you're really lucky, because unlike the other map, it's right here at the beginning. This is one of the greatest money making schemes you're gonna be able to do right off the bat in this game. Let me explain it here, alright? So, you're gonna start here in Valleyville, and you're gonna buy bread, flour, and salt. Okay? You're gonna drive over to Reedville, you're gonna sell the flour, you're gonna buy fruit and medical herbs, and you're gonna go back up here in Valleyville, you're gonna sell the medical herbs to buy more flour and salt and bread until you've bought all the flour, salt, and bread, right? And then you can come down here to good old Crude Town. You're going to sell all the fruit. You're going to buy yourself some fuel. You're going to go over to Tyrannus and you're going to sell all of the bread and salt. Okay, you get my drift here? When you sell all the bread and salt, you're going to buy some wood. You're going to drive up here to Wheatstock. You're going to sell the wood and you're going to buy some tires. You're going to drive back over to Crude Town. You're going to sell the tires. Buy yourself some fuel. Drive over to Reedville. Sell whatever remaining flour you have that you couldn't sell prior. Buy yourself, whatever remaining medical herbs. Whatever remaining medical herbs and water purifiers they have, and go back up to Valleyville. Sell those. And start the whole process over again. Alright? And once you can't carry all that scrap anymore, you're either going to use it for an upgrade, or you're going to convert it into creds. Here's the thing. You could do that forever if you wanted to. This game doesn't have an ending. There's no ending. It's an unending game. You do whatever the hell you want. So you could just immediately start the money-making trade right here, the holy L, and then it tells you to start your first little town here. You don't have to start your first little town here. It's handy. I'll tell you what, it'll take you a while to build your first road across the Tyrannus. I'll tell you that much. So it's a good chunk of clout you need to do that shit. But nonetheless, this is the run. Alright, this is what we do. We buy goods, we sell them. Yep. Get that bargain if you can get the bargain. This is how you also get your speech up. We're gonna buy that bread. We're gonna buy some salt. Bargain. Always go for the bargain. Never just hit okay. Go for the bargain. Get the money. Get the money. Reset them. It'll save you fuel instead of driving into the city circle. Different weather states will change how much fuel you use to get from point A to point B. There's all sorts of shit. That'll affect how much fuel you use. The real goal is to make a highway. You want to make a highway. for the places that you're going to be moving the most, right? So, when you roll into town, an older gentleman waves you down. Are you folks also curious? He jogs up to the window of your cab. I've got a shipment here for the next town over, but my trailer's full up. Could you do me a huge favor and deliver it for me? Sure. What do you need us to do? Nothing too complicated. Just deliver these tanks of fuel over to the town next door. I'd make 2 trips, but I really need to get moving. Thanks again. I'll be sure to reward you next time I see you. Alright. Looks like we've got our first little side story. And it's sending us to Crude Town anyway. That's where we're going next. So, we can just plot that out now. We're going to go to the damn bar, and we're going to see who's here. Always look at the people. It gives you experience. Especially when you have someone new who hasn't interacted with anyone. They get experience for interacting with new people. Scarce items. We bought all that flour for this very reason. Refuse. Don't let them suckers get in front of you. They will take all the money. You won't have anything to be able to sell to them. You'll have a bad day. We'll come back for the fruit. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna... Oh, I should have gotten the fruit. Should have gotten the fruit. It's okay. We can get a couple fruit. See? And he's made a level already. His attack's fine. Focus is great. His intellect's already started. We could leave him as the non-intellectual and just pump into the crafting. Even though he's got 0 crafting. He's already set up to be a driver shooter. We'll find out. The guy who asked you to deliver this fuel didn't even leave his contact info. A sinister thought crosses your mind. We should keep our word. We're trying to be virtuous. We're not being bad guys this time. It's actually very hard to, like, be a bad guy in this game. Like, you've got to have some virtue to get into places. You can't always be, hack and slash. I mean, you can, but then you're left to scavenging everything, which makes the game way harder. Way harder. Because then there is nowhere that is safe. Nowhere that is safe then. We're gonna sell this fruit. Gonna upsell it. We're good on water, we're good on fuel, we're good on tires. We could buy the only slave left, just to free him. He's only 1,000 scrap, and he's got decent attack stats. We don't want to take on too much, though. For people do cost money. You gotta feed them, water them, clothe them, house them. We can get him on the way out, though. I think we're going to, set on out. Start our route. Oh, would you look at that? More first encounters, more experience. Give me. Never ram through the barricades. You can hurt your truck. Removing the barricades requires basically a high enough hidden fitness stat. Which can waste you time. So just always take the detour. Yes, it takes time and fuel, but it's actually the best option almost every time. Goodbye, Pepsi. Oh, stop blinking at me. We've arrived at Tyrannus, a large city located in the middle of the Dustlands. Some say it stood here long before society fell to pieces. After the fall, military peacekeeping forces garrisoned the city and built defenses here, preparing for an onslaught by infected hordes. Now the city is run by a democratically elected government. Oh yeah. First visit to Tyrannus. Let's go see the mayor. The mayor is a middle-aged man in an old military uniform. His face is weathered with deep-set wrinkles, but his eyes are as sharp as a younger man's. The scuttlebutt back in the Valleyville has it that he was born before the fall. You've also heard that the city's been facing some sort of crisis. Oh, one moment. Sorry about that. This is my mother. Anywho, old wrinkly motherfucker is the mayor. We're gonna start our business. After hearing why you're there, the mayor invites you to sit with a warm but professional smile. As he looks over your deed, his smile turns into a frown. This looks authentic enough, but it's far too old to be valid. Normally, we'd compensate you with cash, but I'm afraid the city's finances have fallen on some hard times. So you're cheating us out of our land. Come on, kid, it's not like that. There's things going on here that you don't understand, alright? Alright, so this motherfucker's cheating us out of our land. So now, you need to find a way to claim compensation for the deed you inherit. Head to Tyrannus. Click the mayor button. Alright. We've got another level up for each one of these guys. We're saving out. I don't know if we want to get rid of the celibate or not. We might keep celibate. Might keep celibate just to keep things simple. Alright. Let's see. Store. Scarce items. We've got salt for you. We've got some bread for you too. Do we have anything else to sell them? Nope. We got some wood to buy. Let's talk. Okay, I know I skipped through those really quickly, but I'm gonna give you a quick synopsis. Basically, Civitas, to the west, is a bunch of thugs ran by a Don, the original Don, the grandfather. You know, the gravy and noodles, the gravy and macaroni kind of Don, okay? You know, he might cap you when you turn around and ask the wrong question. And they have a protection racket scheme where they go and shake down other large settlements for protection money from them. And basically, Civitas has been doing that to Tyrannus and has basically run them into the ground financially. And they've asked you to find out who's been selling them out this whole time. So that's the synopsis instead of reading it off. You know, it would have been a lot to read, I'm not gonna lie. It's fine reading it the first time. I have read it like 8 at this point. Nonetheless, okay. We're gonna move on now. Moving on in. We're gonna get our butts going up to this here mountain town. Wheat stock. It's like Woodstock, but it's a wheat stock. Instead of stock, it's a stalk. Oh yeah. Vámonos. So, for just a quick hot second, we're gonna go off camera for just a second. Some jerk has set up the roadblock again. Why the roadblock again? We're gonna take the detour. We're gonna switch drivers. We're gonna set you up as the driver because our driver's getting exhausted. We're gonna set back out. Yep. We'll sleep at the end at the next stop. It'll be close to bedtime anyway. Okay. You've arrived in Wheatstock, a small town in the middle of the Central Plains, with fertile soil suitable for farming, but due to its proximity to a number of major cities, most of its young people have moved away, leaving only old-timers. Oh, it's a town of old people. Oh, as soon as you entered the village, you heard you're stopped by a kindly old woman. Hello, dearies. Do you have time to help out this little old lady? She gives you a grandmotherly smile. I'll pay you with 4 to food. What do you need us to do? You're such a peach. It's already harvest season, but my arthritis has been acting up. Couldn't possibly do all the harvesting myself, but I don't want my crops to just rot in the fields. Would you be dear and help me out? Yeah, sure, why not? You help the old lady harvest her crops. It's back-breaking work. You have no idea how the old lady managed to do this before. Confirmed. When you go to collect your reward from the old woman, she's locked herself in her house, in a bucket outside. The door is only 10 food. When you knock and tell her it's less than you agreed on, she shouts back through the door, "Take it or leave it, buckos!" Fucking jackass. Okay. So we've got some options. We can ask her what the fuck's gotten into her. We can break the fucking door down. Or we can just say, oh well, and walk away. Okay. So should we rob an old lady? That's the ethical dilemma we're having here today. Should we rob an old lady? Yes or no? I need an answer. And there's actually absolutely no one here watching at the moment. Which is fine. Okay, it's fine. There might be in the future someone looking back long from now in the earliest of days to see where we've come from. But I'm going to take a coin. If I can get a coin. We're going to take a coin. We're going to flip this fucking thing. I'm going to call it. You're going to hear it hit the... Hopefully hear it. Hit the damn table. Heads. It's heads. Okay. That's the system we're gonna use, right? So when I do this, we're gonna put some things to some other stuff, right? So oh well just ends it, right? So we're not even gonna make that an option. Not even gonna make that an option. Should we rob an old lady? I don't know. Alright? I don't know. We're gonna figure it out though. Alright? We are gonna definitely figure it out. If we rob an old lady. If we rob an old lady. What are the consequences? What are the consequences of robbing this old lady? There are a couple. We're just gonna hit oh well. I'm not gonna rob an old lady today. There's no reason. We're gonna immediately go to the bar. The librarian is... I'll explain it later. I'll explain it later. Ooh, the gearhead. The gearhead. The gearhead is so good at crafting. And he's got decent virtue. And he's got X-Racer as well. Oh, he's right here. We might be hiring him. The Taurus is okay because of a couple different reasons. He's cheap. He's cheap, cheap, cheap. Can't get better than that. Okay? He starts with a reasonable amount of intellect, focus, and speech, and attack. So he's a hole filler. Okay? Wow. Oh. Sorry, I'm yelling back at my cat. The librarian, she's pretty smart. She's got good focus. Wow. Come on, up here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Up here. Come on. Come on. D. There you go. Oh yeah. I've got another. I've got two of them. She's a good cat. Anyway. We've got the librarian here. She's pretty smart. She's got okay virtue. That's the main issue with her. Gearhead starts with at least 14 virtue. That's doable. The Taurus's virtue sucks though. Kind of want the Gearhead. We're gonna need the Gearhead, basically. We're gonna eventually need the Gearhead. We don't need them right now. Take a standard room. Take a store. We're gonna sell some wood. Try to upsell that shit. We're gonna go to the tires. We're gonna buy these suckers at a bargain. Always refuse. Always refuse. And look, we're making money. We're making money. We've got items to sell. Things to bargain with. Oh yeah. We start the whole cycle. The cycle is started of rinse, repeat. Buy, rinse, repeat. Sell, buy, rinse, repeat, sell. Buy, rinse, repeat. So, okay. So, reset. Buy, rinse, repeat. Sell. Alright. We can pre-plot this out. Alright. We know that's what we're doing, where we're going, why we're going. What is it? How is it? Will it affect me? Okay. I don't know. I do not know. Anywho. I don't know if you can hear the music. I don't know how loud the music is on your end of the stream. I hope it sounds good. I'll check it post-stream. Check it post-stream, that's for sure. We've got the road ahead is covered by a sickly-looking fog. It seems to be slowly drifting towards you. Yeah, you do not want to go through the toxic fog. Just burn the fuel and haul ass out of there. Okay, now this is the thing. Do I want to get rid of celibate? Do I want to be able to fall in love? Cannot get frisky or hook up with other characters. It's, you know, it is actually a blessing. That's the thing. I don't think I'm gonna be a romantic this playthrough. I think we're going to I think we're just going to do we should basically have done, which I didn't, but I should have. I didn't really think about it, which is okay. We could have done a solo run and gone robots, which we might in the future. This is really just to show you the game and what it does. Um, it is a very, very fun game. I want to do at least one loop. Maybe in the next run we'll do the town stuff, like how to grow a town or build a town, and then how to build highways in the game. Kind of turn it into a little series of the running goods, doing good running. But I think I'm gonna end it there for today. I had a couple things come up that I've got to go and take care of, but it was a pleasure, as always. I don't know what to do with my hands, but you know, we're gonna continue this Dustland delivery, post-apocalyptic delivery service game. It's fun. I love this game. It's super relaxing, and I don't think it gets enough attention. So everyone, have a great day, and toodle.